Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, and it is close to another game time already. Short week, short turnaround, playing Thanksgiving Thursday, two days away from that. But just quick, I just want to touch on a couple of things, especially going into this Redskins game. It's really important right now. Um, but first, before I get into that, I just want to just talk briefly about the tragedy that happened with the Dallas Cowboys. And after the game, it was crazy because we won that game. After beating the Eagles and then coming right back and beating the Falcons at their home. We hadn't beat the Falcons in Atlanta since I think 2006, I believe. Yeah, 2006 was the last time we beat the Falcons at their home. And what better time to do it in their new stadium, which happens to be the site for the Super Bowl this coming year, which, I doubt we'll get there. But if for whatever miracle happens and Dallas Cowboys get there, that will be a storybook ending to the season. But the only bad part about that is we'll still have our coaching staff if we start winning. But that's neither here nor there. I will say that the game was it was a great win. Brett Maher kicked the game-winning field goal. It was a little shaky with him at first earlier in the game when he missed that extra point before, but it was eerie that the Cowboys locker room, the visiting locker room, was not hyped. They were not excited. They were not yelling and screaming like they normally do after a win. But because tragedy happened to the team, our third-round pick, rookie wide receiver Michael Gallup, his brother committed suicide. He learned about it during the game. Ironically, Michael Gallup is from Atlanta, so he was playing for his hometown. His high school coach was there. He actually greeted him briefly during the game or sometime during the game. But just you don't know situations, and what I tell you guys before about people dealing with things and depression or whatever the case may be that would make you want to kill yourself. I tell people all the time, if you feel some type of way or if you're hurting anything, you got to find somebody to talk to. It's really important to have a conversation with people and talk about your problems, because you can save your own life and you can save somebody else's life. I've told you guys before, I've dealt with some things myself in the past, and I was able to get over my issues by talking to people and being around positive people and pretty much just talking about it. Because when you stay closed up, and you don't talk about it, that's when the devil comes in and things come into your mind and invade your space, and you don't need that to happen. And I'll tell you, it hits home to me because I lost my childhood best friend to suicide. I didn't even know anything was wrong with him. He was one of those guys that was like, he had a poker face. But it seemed like he had everything. I was actually jealous of him growing up. He got all the girls growing up. All the girls liked him. He could choose whatever girl he wanted growing up. Me, I had to fight. I had to fight hard for it. I used to get curved all the time, but I was, that was my best friend. But I was jealous. I was. And it's funny how you're jealous of people, but you don't realize that they're the ones going through the problem, and they're in a worse situation than you are. And you don't know because they don't say anything. They don't talk to you about it. And we were close, and I used to ask him all the time, "Hey, what's going on? Talk to me. I'm your best friend. You can always talk to me." But like I said, he had everything. He was smart. He was a jock and a nerd at the same time. He was very studious. He got good grades all the time. He was on the honor roll every semester. He actually graduated high school early. I don't know how he did that, but he actually graduated high school early because we like I said, we were the same age, but he got out of school early. And he just always had his eye on the prize. And but I never knew he was struggling because he always had a smile on his face. Hell, he was helping me out when I had issues. You know what I mean? He helped me with my confidence. So why would I think that there's something wrong with somebody if you were helping me out. I felt like I was inferior to you because you had it all. He was in karate. He knew all the forms of martial arts. Like it just seemed like he was good at everything. And like, but again, he was my best friend, and like I was there for him, and he was there for me. But it seemed like when we got older, because we're 33 now, so this happened when we were 21. He committed suicide tragically when we were 21, and I just look at the situation. I'm just like, I had moved away. My family moved to a different part of town, and we just weren't as close as we were before because we got older and we went to different colleges and we were doing things. I was in a marching band and getting into my organizations, and like we would just had different lives, and like it wasn't like we weren't still cool because I still kept in contact with him. I still went on his side of town and hung out, but I never knew anything was wrong. And then when I found out the news, I mean, it really devastated me. So I understand how Michael Gallup feels. This is a very serious situation, and I love how the team and Jason Garrett said himself when the media asked him, he doesn't know when he's gonna come back and play. I look at it like this: let Michael Gallup do him. He didn't take the flight back to Dallas with the team. He stayed in Atlanta. He stayed with family. What better time? This is Thanksgiving week. It's time for family anyway. So, go ahead and let him have that time off, whatever he needs, that time off he needs. You know what I mean? Because he's still a young guy. He's got plenty of time for football. Football is not important right now. What's important is that he supports his family and he mourns over his brother, because again, that is, you lose somebody close like that is hard to deal with. And again, I tell you guys all the time, having a solid support system is important. And El Boogie, we had this conversation, bro. Like, you got to have people around you that's gonna support you and be there for you. And I tell you straight up, like I said, I'm a testimony because I've been through it all. I've been through a lot. So one thing that I learned when I grew up in life, I learned that just because you didn't go through the situation that somebody else is, at least have the compassion and try to understand people. And like I'm a very my personality is I'm a very caring individual. Sometimes I feel like I care too much about people, but I feel bad for when people are going through things, and I just look at it like this: like, whatever that you're going through in life, don't keep it inside. Find somebody that you trust, talk about it, get a counselor, whatever the case may be. Family is important. Family doesn't always have to be somebody that's blood related to you. Family can also be somebody that you a friend, a coworker, somebody you've known for years, a mentor. Me personally, right now in my fraternity, I have young boys that I mentor now, to try to keep them out of trouble and learn life and know how to be a model citizen in society. So, I'm doing my part in the community, and I feel like it makes me feel good to be able to touch some other person's life. Granted, problems that I may had or seen other people have, but it's good that the team has his that he has the team support, and they're allowing him to go be with family and take all the time he needs. And like I said, I know the media has to talk about it and things of that nature, but and I know these are private situations, but let him grieve with his family, like, and this is the time for giving thanks. And it's unfortunate that happened to his brother. Whatever he was dealing with, we don't know. We probably will never know. But at the end of the day, family is important. And I'm glad that he's able to be with family now, and they allowed him to stay in Atlanta and be with his family. So, I guess on a brighter note, I don't know. It kind of just touched my heart, like just to think about stuff like that. It's, oh my God, woo. But like I said, on a brighter note, the rest of the team, we have to get ready for the Redskins. Interesting thing though. It's funny how we talk about the play calling and things of that nature, but I look at it like this: play calling is, in my opinion, has always been the biggest issue that we had on this team. Some of you may say that you hate Dak, you don't like him for whatever reason. Yes, I say all the time, because I'm not an apologist by any means. I know what Dak is not well at. Dak is still a young guy. He is still learning in this league. He is a 4th-round draft pick that learned on the fly. But like I always tell you, if you don't have a coaching staff that's helping you to be better, or being that, like I just talked about a support system, they're not supporting Dak in a way that makes sense to Dak in the way that he plays. They're just like, okay, they look at it like this. They're treating him like he's Aaron Rodgers, like he's been in this league for 14, I mean, not 14. He's been in this league for a long time, and he's just like, go out there and do you. No. If you notice that in certain situations, when you see that Dak's doing things, he starts rolling. Why is that? And you want to know why that is? Because they wait until 2-minute drill, or when we're about to lose the game, or when it's the time we're racing for the clock to try to get back in the game, to decide that they want to let Dak, open up Dak and let him do his thing with the hurry up and the no huddle. Come on. Why are you not allowing Dak to do this earlier in the game? Why are you not? This is the issue that I have with this team, and it frustrates me to all hell, because I look at it like this: you have a quarterback that obviously is still learning. He's a young guy. He has issues. We know that. He's not perfect, and he probably will never be elite. But I know for a fact that Dak is good enough to win games, and that he is good enough to be a franchise quarterback. Because ain't no way you gonna tell me, did y'all not see the Rams game? Did y'all not see the Rams and Chiefs game last night? Sean McVay has come in there and revitalized that team. Now, I know you can say that the pieces were there. They are in Dallas too. We have talent on this team. The comparison that I'm making is this. Hear me out. We thought that Jared Goff was a 1st-round bust with their last coach when Fisher was there. All of a sudden, he gets fired. McVay comes in there, and McVay is a year younger than me. He comes in there, and he revitalizes this team's attitude and personality, and he looks at Jared Goff and like, you're a player, dude. I'm going to play you to your strengths. And what does he do? He goes out there, he gives Jared Goff that confidence back that he needed. Now look at him. I got him in fantasy. Let me see. He gave me 54 points last night in fantasy. And his fantasy points are consistent. Now, I'm not asking Dak to have a 300-yard passing game every game. I don't need you to do that. I just need them to put him in a position where Dak can win games. Dak has 12 comeback games in his NFL career already, and it's only his 3rd season in the league. How many games are we running behind? You know why we're running behind? Because this play call is incompetent, and we don't do the things to stay ahead. How many times in the game have we been ahead in the game and never been behind in the game and didn't have to worry about the team? Because what we do is we get ahead and we're like, all right, we can take our foot off the gas. We can throw some bullshit play out here and keep it moving, and we can get 3 and out. No. Play to win, damn it. Play to win. Get out there, do what you need to do, call the right plays, and win the game. You got your foot on the gas, and you're racing. You're in a car race. The finish line is about 100 yards ahead. You're in front. And you let your foot off the gas so the guys can catch up and pass you and beat you? That's what the Cowboys do to themselves all the time. And as fans, we're sitting there watching the game like, what in the hell are y'all doing? So my thing is, stop doing that, Linehan. For real, you got to go. You got to go. Because you keep like this up and down. You got me on an emotional roller coaster. Stop it. I don't want to be on an emotional roller coaster. It's not a Vivian Green song. We're not going to be on an emotional roller coaster. Stop it. Look, we just got to do better. And like I said, Dak has his issues that he needs to work on. This offensive line has issues they need to work on, but they're getting better. CeeLo Filo's been in there, and Suafilo, and he's been helping this offensive line get that moxie back that they need. Dak Prescott said itself, I'm a more confident player when I play when my offensive line is basically keyed into the game, because I'm not having to worry about getting sacked or getting crushed on my blind side every 5 seconds. Because again, when you're a quarterback, it's a lot to be thinking about. You're looking at your blind side, you're looking at this. Look at the game last night. Quarterbacks got crushed last night. You could say those are better quarterbacks than Dak, but was it their fault that they fumbled the ball? They're not going to get criticized for the mistakes they made. Why? Because then they don't play for the Dallas Cowboys. So, again, and I'm not comparing Dak to none of them because they are better quarterbacks than Dak. We know that. But what I'm saying is every quarterback's going to fumble the ball. Every quarterback's going to make mistakes because you're playing against NFL defensive players, and these guys can force the ball out of your hand at any time. And Aaron Donald's a damn beast, and that's what he was doing all night. The Chiefs, their defensive line got at golf as well. So you look at that game, and I'm like, 3 defensive touchdowns? That's Madden. That's a video. You never see that in real life. But again, it just goes to show you that, like I said, it's any given Sunday. Anything can happen. I don't know what was going on with the defenses. It was like the defenses played well, but they played like trash at the same time because they allowed they allowed the teams to score on each other. 51-54, 105 points total for a game. That's crazy, yo. That's crazy. I mean, that's 20% higher than the Cowboys have scored all season. The highest the Cowboys scored all season was 40 points. And that was when they blew out the Jaguars. Haven't been able to do that again. But again, I feel like I look at other games and I look at our team and I see the talent that we have and I see the potential. Because I guarantee you, if our team didn't have the potential or the talent, I would look at it like how the Browns were before they had talent on their team, because they got a little talent on their team now. But when they didn't have no talent, I wouldn't even be tripping. I watch the game and be like, I know we're gonna lose. It is what it is. But I still sit here and I criticize and I talk about things because I know that they can do better. And that's just where I'm with you. I know the team can do better. And when you know your team can do better, you're gonna be passionate about it. And that's all I'm saying, y'all. That's all I'm trying to just bring to your attention. Even Stephen Jones said himself. He basically subliminally, not really subliminally, and not really low key either, but if you read between the lines, you can hear him say basically it was a play caller. He was like, we have Amari Cooper, but he only had 3 touches in the game, and they were all in the second half. That's not good. No bueno. And again, he said, even Stephen Jones said it's the play calling. We got to be more creative. How many times have you heard me say that? So that's all I'm saying, y'all. Fix the play calling first. And if Dak still struggles with that, with a good play caller, then I'll be like, okay, well, maybe he's not the franchise quarterback. But I'm not giving out hope on Dak yet, only because of the simple fact that I watch tape and I see what's going on, y'all. I'm seeing the shit for myself. Excuse my language. I'm seeing it for myself. I mean, because I'm seeing it, I can see where the problems lie. Like, again, it's a little bit of everything that's an issue, but the main thing is that play calling, because these guys our receivers aren't trash. They can get the ball. You see what they've done in certain situations. If I seen you do it once, you could do it again. So again, if you've seen them do it, why can't you consistently do that? And again, that's not the players, that's the play calling, because all the players are doing is just doing what they're told to do. And Amari Cooper is not going to fuss right now because he just got on the team. So he's just like, hey, I'm just still trying to get my team chemistry. I'm just going along with what's happening. You know what I mean? But don't ruin your first round pick that you gave up to get Amari Cooper on some crap plays. Do what you need to do. Get Amari Cooper the ball. Get Cole Beasley the ball. Feed Zeke. We already know that the Redskins said this week, they said that we want Dak to beat us, because we're going to shut down Zeke again like we did the last game. That's what they're saying. Their defensive line can do it. Their defensive line is good. And just because they lost their quarterback, y'all forgot what Colt McCoy did to us in 2014. Granted, that game we had a trash defensive line. It wasn't like it is now. Our defensive line is pretty dominant right now. But before it wasn't like how it is now. So we couldn't get pressure on Colt. Now we can get pressure on Colt. So this game's going to go a little bit differently, but you have to do your job. You got to do your job. And it starts with the offense. The defense is doing their thing. It starts with the offense. Linehan, do your damn job. Or get the hell out. Get out. Ain't got time for it. So, I know I talked y'all here enough. I'm done. I'm done with my little rant for the day. So, with that being said, y'all, like, share, comment. It's your boy E2 Blue. Always keeping it real. Talk to y'all soon. Have a great day.